Today is an incredible episode with huge announcements, some announcements that I didn't even know were going to happen until just a couple days ago. So if you're ready to find out some of these huge things that are shifting and changing and what's happening in 2025, keep listening. Hey friend, welcome to the Badass is the New Black podcast, where our motto is done is better than perfect. I'm Chrissy Chin, here on a mission to help you grow your business online, turn your leads into lifelong customers, and scale to six figures and beyond so you can work less and enjoy and earn a whole lot more. Most importantly, I'm a laid-back wife, a mom, a friend who started as a peds nurse turned network marketer, and now a serial entrepreneur. This podcast is for ambitious people with an idea, a vision, but no idea how to get there. On this podcast, I'll give actionable steps to keep you moving forward while you learn new business strategies, better systems and processes, marketing, sales, all the things you need to build and scale a blissful business that keeps your pocketbooks growing. Grab a beverage, open up your notes app, and let's get to it. This episode is crazy special because it is the final episode of Badass is the New Black. I wanted to dive into why it's our final episode and what's next for us and you in 2025. Just because the podcast won't get new episodes, there will be plenty of ways to learn from us and keep the momentum going. It has been a long time coming, but it wasn't until 3 months ago that I really felt at peace with this decision. If you're new here, don't worry, you have 200 other episodes that are incredible and will continue to serve you in your business. So many free gifts like brand guide templates, lists of automations to implement, and so much more. We are also featuring a brand new offer with a mega deal that is going to help you get your website set up today. Like seriously, if you skipped this episode and you got to work, you could have your page and content ready by the time this episode is done. All right, but don't do that. Stay until the end, soak it all in. Whew, this is going to be an emotional one, but I'm really excited for what's to come. So how did this sunsetting come to be after 6 years of production of the podcast? Well, a year ago, I started toying with the idea of sunsetting the podcast. And at first, I didn't know how I felt about it. It had been such a piece of my personal identity as a business owner and a podcast host. But by the middle of 2024, we had not achieved any of our mid-year goals. And part of that was because we were stretched too thin, not able to stay focused. We wanted to build our YouTube channel, promote on Pinterest and master Instagram, and get back into running Facebook ads. And with the podcast and the amount of production that we were doing for it to repurpose it on every single platform you could imagine, it was just holding us back. We've focused so much on production of the podcast that we haven't made the space for marketing the podcast. So while this is the last episode of Badass is the New Black, it's our mission in 2025 to make sure that this is not the last download. In fact, you can leverage the 200 episodes that have been recorded to support you and others who haven't heard of the podcast. I am constantly referring our students to previous episodes to get more value, whether they need to learn how to collect better testimonials for their website, how to create a logo for their business, want to get on more podcasts, reprogramming their subconscious mind, how to write a sales page, or get media coverage. There is so much value in the last 6 seasons of this podcast. As the year has gone on and we have received more clarity on our focus to help small businesses get their websites up and running, I've gotten more and more signs that it is time to end the podcast. The first was hearing Dallas Travers on her final episode, and she shared some of the exact same struggles that we have been having. Lots of production and no marketing. Hearing that she was doing this gave me a sense of peace that what I had been feeling in my gut for the last 6 months was right, and it was almost time. In addition to how this podcast has helped you as a business owner, I also understand that you need more than a podcast to your ear every single week to make really amazing progress. The free content is amazing and it gets you started, but it's working more intimately with your coaches and your mentors, whether it's through their courses or through coaching, that really allow you to take your dream, turn it into a business, and actually do something with it that makes money. And so sometimes offering more and more free stuff prevents the listener from actually doing the thing, getting more in-depth and personalized support to really help you move forward. And therefore, it's one of the reasons we're cutting back on the podcast so we can create more space to serve you on an intimate level inside our offers. And one of the final things that happened this year that really gave me the clarity that I needed to end the podcast was when I was sitting in a conference room in Mexico at the Mixer Mind retreat. And Carmen got up in front of the room. She stood up there standing super, super tall. And if you know Carmen, she's actually definitely not the tallest person in the room, but she just had this really tall presence about her. Maybe it was the heels that she was wearing, but I think it was more her confidence, right? She stood confidently in front of the room and she asked us to complete the statement, "I am my best when." We had to write down the answer and then turn to the person next to us, look them in the eyes while they said absolutely nothing, and we had to talk about when we are our best. It was incredibly comfortable, as you can imagine, but I wrote down, "I am my best when I am supporting business owners one-on-one." And that statement is a little bit scary coming from someone who wrote a book called Sell While You Sleep that attracts a lot of people that really want to be able to sell on autopilot. But the truth is, I can still sell while I sleep with some offers and then tap into those one-on-one aspects that really light me up in the business. And so focusing on creating more space to be able to do more of what I love, which is sitting on the other side of the table or on the other side of the screen from you and working with you intimately on your business, whether it's in a group coaching call or as a done-for-you client, building your website and your funnel, this is where I want to focus 2025. In order to do that, it means sunsetting the podcast, allowing you to utilize all of the free resources that we have provided already. There are so much, and invite you to move forward with us in a more intimate way. I want to get super transparent and vulnerable here and share that last year, like many other businesses, it was our lowest revenue year yet across the brands. But I believe that the energy is shifting in 2025 and success like we have never seen is going to be possible. I was recently eavesdropping on a call with my hubby. He was mentoring a colleague, and he shared some very wise words. He said, "Hoping to do better is not a plan." And he is so right. We can't just hope for the best. If we want a different outcome, we have to do something about it. We have to make a plan to make a difference. And it doesn't mean we have to get super complicated. We can keep things super basic and simple. So for 2025, I'm adopting the phrase starting over, but it's really more like starting fresh because we are never truly starting over because we all have past knowledge and experiences that you have built up into this point. So it is literally impossible to actually start completely over back at the beginning where you once were. And I am taking this approach to our business and how we market our offers. And I want to invite you in on the journey. So whether it's a new job or a new business or a new relationship, you're starting over with so much more clarity, so much more knowledge and wisdom to help you be successful in this next chapter. Earlier this month, I attended a 2-day event called Palooza. This was the second year that Michael and I have gone, and they asked everyone who came last year to stand up in the room. And they said anyone who did not reach any of their goals, which there were 7 that we wrote down, they asked us to sit down. And I literally was the only one. I was the 1% that did not reach any of the goals that I had set. And to be honest, it felt really crappy. I was so thankful that I was on the side of the room and no one really saw me sit down. Every single person, which was maybe about 100, that set 7 goals the previous year hit at least one of them. And I hit 0 of the ones that I had written down. So I showed up knowing what the process was going to be to reset my goals for 2025. And before I even got there, I decided that I was going to set lower goals this year so that I could maybe hit 1, which is not what I teach in goal setting at all, but this was my plan. And I was feeling really good about that plan, to be honest. When I got to the part where I was writing down my field goal, which field stands for career, I wrote down sell 1,000 one-page website in a day offers, a new offer that we have. I didn't even think when I wrote it down, to be honest. I just wrote it down and the number 1,000 just like literally made its way out of the tip of my permanent marker onto the sticker. When I went and compared my new goals to last year's goals, I noticed that last year I put sell 500 offers, which remember I didn't do. And instead of setting a smaller goal, as I had intended, I set a bigger goal, double the goal. And I just sort of thought, oh crap. But then I got really excited because there is so much more clarity behind this new goal. The one-page website in a day is a new offer for us, and I truly believe that this is going to be a complete game changer and a blessing for every new or newer business out there. Did you know that small businesses with a website grow 2 times faster than those without? So I know that being able to help businesses get their website set up so fast, literally in a day, hours really, is going to be so big for so many. There is so much fear and apprehension around spending the time and the investment to build out an entire website. People asking, is my business too new or am I ready for it? No, your business is not too new. And yes, you are ready for it because you don't need a 7-page website to start your business and start growing your email list and even selling your offers. We have learned that it is better to start with at least a 1-page website than to not have a website at all. So if you want to share your business with one person outside your family, then it is time to set up your website. And this will make it super easy for solopreneurs who are wearing all of the hats to get this 1-page website set up in a day. At first, I was excited about this offer as a revenue generator for our business. It's perfectly aligned with what we do, how we help people, and it's a great first step. But then I sat in a Zoom room with 3 other incredible business owners in a small breakout session, and the instruction was to share a win that you have had this year. And while I have had so many, like publishing a book, I shared that this idea and clarity for the new offer and path to support business owners was my biggest win. And not because it could be a great revenue generator for us, but I started to share what it would mean if we helped 1,000 business owners get their business online. It means that they can reach more people and make a bigger impact, which will help them and the people that they serve. And I said, if we help each of these business owners help 100 people, we'll have played a small role in positively impacting 100,000 lives this year. And as I'm sharing this with them, I am literally crying at this point. And I share this with them because it hit me that the number 1,000 is so much more. It's about changing lives, not only the business owners who we are supporting, but the people that you touch and make an impact with. You have a gift and a talent that no one else does, and it is imperative that you get out there this year and share that with the world, even if you set out a goal to just help 5 people. That ripple effect lights me up inside. And so I'm taking the 12 years of entrepreneurial experience that I have and the 39 years of life experience that I have, and we're just going to start over. We're going to start fresh with this new offer and serve small business owners. Meaning we're going to go back to the basics of what we know and what we teach everyone and apply those methods to getting this new offer out there. I had an idea while I was at Ulapalooza to document this journey over 2025, to share with you what we are doing to get this offer in the hands of 1,000 people and to share our progress and the things that we are learning along the way, what's working, what's not working, and to share those insights with you. And so I decided very last minute that while this podcast is ending, I'm going to be starting a brand new podcast, but it's going to be a private podcast. So you'll have to use the link in the show notes to sign up, because this is going to be a Dear Diary style podcast. Again, where I'm just getting raw and intimate and I'm sharing what I'm doing, what's working, what's not working, what are the lessons that I'm learning along the way, in hopes that you can gather some insights to apply to your business as well. We have done multiple pivots over the years, and finally this year in 2024, we really focused in on what we wanted after lots of different conversations of and years of, oh, are we doing teaching automation, or like, what are we doing? And so it really feels like we've finally gotten clear on what it is. We have an offer that we really want to take out there and run with. And so now, again, we're just starting back at the beginning and going to do this and share this process along the way. Because we're never too old or too far gone to start over or start fresh, right? Before I share the last really incredible announcement with you, I want to invite you to spend the rest of the year just only a couple weeks to reflect on everything that has happened in 2024. Write down all of the amazing things that have happened, the wins that you have had, big or small, what you're grateful for, who you are grateful for. Maybe send them a little message to say thank you to them. Write down any big lessons that you learned. Maybe there was something that really humbled you this year. These are going to be some of the most important things that you lean into in 2025. And then I don't care how many times you have said at the beginning of the year, like, this is going to be the year. I'm telling you, this is going to be the year. So get pumped up, get excited, get passionate, and let's go. I wanted to bring Claire on the podcast for the end of this episode to really signify one chapter closing. I started the podcast as a part of my personal brand, The Chrissy Chin, back in 2019. And 2 years ago, Claire came into the brand full time to do what we do best, help small business owners get their brands up and running online with websites and automated funnels. And in the beginning of this year, the name of the business changed from The Chrissy Chin to K&C Creative to signify Claire and I doing this together, supporting you in your business. Trust me, you want it that way, because despite how similar we look, we have very different gifts and talents and personalities, and having access to the both of us is going to make your life twice as easy. Claire and I talked about having her come on to share the new things that we're planning in 2025 and the new one-page website in a day, but scheduling and sickness and many other things just got in the way. So this is going to be me signing off on the episode. And really at the end of the day, I think it's actually working out just fine. I started the podcast solo. I'm going to end it solo as we move into the new year and really embrace Claire and I together in this business to support you. So here is what you have to look forward to from us in 2025. We are bringing back our Access the Expert series with new trainings once a quarter. We're kicking things off in January with the amazing Veronica Romney. Some of you know her as V. She will be doing an intensive on identity marketing for our community. She is an incredible marketer with years of experience, and Claire and I have had the pleasure of going to a live in-person event in Washington, D.C. with her this fall, and just doing a 2-day intensive to look at our identity marketing and our business and how we can use this to move forward to have success in 2025 as we adapt to a more sophisticated buyer. The training, she's going to cover this concept of identity marketing. It is free to come live, so I will leave the link in the show notes for you to sign up for that. We will also be sharing regular blogs about creating your website, improving your website for branding, how to choose the right platform, what pages are needed, how to establish authority, how to get found on Google through SEO, even how to create a sales funnel that allows you to sell while you sleep. So join our email list to get notified when those new blogs come out. We will also be diving into YouTube and creating more step-by-step tutorial videos on how to use your favorite platforms like Kajabi, Canva, ManyChat, ChatGPT, and more. So be sure to follow us there. And then be sure to sign up for the new private podcast where we will share everything that we're doing to sell our offers this year with insider behind the scene tips on what's working and what's not. Remember, it's a little bit intimate. It's a Dear Diary. I'm going to get raw with my feelings in there. So I don't know, come listen or not. It's totally up to you. Of course, if you want more intimate support from us, we have really affordable coaching support programs and, of course, our brand new one-page website in a day. And because we're releasing this to you, because we're so grateful to you for listening over the years, we want to offer you an incredible gift as a thank you for coming, spending time with us, and hanging out with us on the very last episode. We want to gift you a huge savings on the new one-page website in a day offer. This is perfect for coaches, for course creators, for service providers, affiliate marketers, influencers who want to get a website set up without the big time commitment or financial investment. Or you want to improve your website. So if you already have a website, no problem. We're going to help you make it so much better. If you are ready to start growing your email list and selling more with better systems, or maybe you have plans to talk in someone's community soon and you need a website ASAP, this is for you. You don't need any copy, any design, or tech experience to get it up and running today, because inside this bundle, you are getting copy and paste prompts for ChatGPT. It's as easy as answering a few questions about your business and then copying and pasting right into the free version of ChatGPT, which I show you how to do if you've never done it. It is literally so easy. I had my 10-year-old do this. Seriously, I had my 10-year-old sit down and fill out the questions for his business, where he takes garbage cans down from the house down to the street and back up for the neighbors. The way he answered the questions was literally hilarious. So for client pain points, he put, "You're lazy, you're on vacation, your legs hurt." So he didn't even give it that great of information like I know you're going to do. And it still wrote incredible website copy because of the details and prompts that I pre-wrote for the prompt that you're literally just going to copy and paste in ChatGPT. You can answer the simple questions in about 10 to 15 minutes, and your page will literally be written for you in seconds. If you have brand colors, great. If not, Claire created 50 color palettes for you to choose from, all different styles. And then you will upload the pre-built and designed template. We have templates for Kajabi, for Attractwell, WordPress, Show It, Get Oiling, and we have more. If you don't know what platform to use, then we share information on the platforms that we recommend and help you decide based on your business, your goals, and your skill level. So you be sure to pick the right platform. We have also links for free trials and extra bonuses based on which platform you pick. The templates are pre-designed with a walkthrough video showing you how to make the simple edits to make it unique to you. So seriously, it's so simple that your grandma could do it. No, like seriously, we've had grandmas use our templates with success, and I love it when they do. It's so exciting. If you are using a different platform and not using the template that we provide, we have a framework for you where you can look at it and say, okay, here's exactly what I need to create. And Claire's walked you through it. And you just recreate it on the platform that you're using, taking all of the guesswork out of it. So it's okay if you're not using one of the platforms that we have a template for. If you want us to go into your page and make edits to your copy and your design, you have the ability to add that on. This offer is $500, but with the promo code FINALE, you can get the copy prompts, the templates, and step-by-step training for just $97 until Friday, the end of the day. If you want us to modify it to make sure it's perfect, to update your copy and update your design, you can add on support after you check out. I want you to use the link in the show notes to see what people are saying and get the incredible deal. Before we head out, I want to share my gratitude with you and just give thanks for listening, whether you've been here since the beginning of 2019 or started listening today. I am so grateful for you and excited to spend the next year with you in so many other ways. Even though this is the last episode of Badass is the New Black, we will be working this year to get this podcast into the ears of many more listeners. So if you know someone who is starting their business, please share this podcast with them or give us a little shout out on social media and tag us at kandc.creative on Instagram. Of course, you can tune into the new private podcast. Name is TBD, but y'all, I had to record this episode, so we'll figure out the name for it. But just look for private podcast in the show notes to grab that link to sign up. It has been an incredible 6 years, all bittersweet for sure. And if there is one message that I want to leave you with, it is that it's time to leave your perfectionist, judgmental self behind and to come into the new year really embracing the done is better than perfect motto that I have been preaching on here for years. And that this is the year to take action, because with action comes clarity. You have heard me say it over and over and over again, and I'm not going to stop saying it. So let's make a pact that this year we show up ready to take action, no matter how messy it is. We lean on support from others. You can lean on support from me and Claire and start to bring your dreams to life this year. This is not goodbye, but just goodbye here. I look forward to seeing you in the private podcast over on YouTube, inside our coaching community, and all the other places. And it would make my absolute day if you could leave a review on the podcast and share it with a friend. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you got some value out of this episode, I would love some support. And the best way to do that, so I can keep showering you with loads of actionable tips, is to hit that subscribe button. Leave a review or a comment if you're on YouTube, and share this podcast with a friend. And when you share it with a friend on social, please tag me so I can reshare your share in my stories. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out. I appreciate the heck out of you for showing up. And now it's time for you to take imperfect action so you can work less and enjoy and earn a whole lot more.